Hey guys, welcome back. WS Model Railroaders here. Today we're going to be working on some ground foam. So as you saw in the last video of ballasting, we were working on the fall section of the layout. So now we're going to start working on the ground foam on the farther spots to reach. So basically it's going to be very similar to how I did the ground foam over here. The only difference really is it's going to be a little bit more of a lighter yellow or maybe a little bit brown. Just kind of showing it going dormant as the season goes. So basically from the section right down the middle. So the section over here, you can see we got basically the middle room of the room divided. So as we start going into fall, I'm going to actually touch up a little bit over here and add some yellow to it just to kind of make it merge rather than just automatically start at the line. Make it look a little bit more natural looking. And then basically we're just going to start all the way on the back wall, the harder to reach places, because if I need to jump up on here, I don't want to damage anything. So I'm going to start all the way in the back, start putting trees down and stuff like that, and then bring our way towards the front, much like I did over here. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to remove all our backing paper that I used for overspray, and then we'll just start making our way across. So the supplies I'm going to be using today are pretty straightforward. Spoon. I like to use a spoon for a lot of stuff. Next I'm going to grab, really doesn't matter what kind of ground foam color necessarily, some kind of green. So this is just green grass. I was using weeds over here because it's a darker green, but I have more of the green grass, so I'm just going to use it. It's a slightly brighter green, not a big deal. And then I just have a lot of it, so that's why I want to use it. And then I have this, not sure where I got this, to be honest with you, but it's a earthy kind of yellowish toned color that's going to go on top of the green. I use that in here very lightly throughout the summer. A lot of this does get covered pretty much by static grass, depending on how you apply it, heavy or light. But this is what I like to use for my base coat, just to kind of bring out the texture and stuff. You can see on the mountains here, this is just ground foam here. If you wanted to add, I've been noticing, I think I'm a little heavy with my static grass. You can see this is just ground foam here, but as we go up, that's all static grass. So I think I need to just be a little bit lighter as I use that. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this paper removed and then start back up there. So I'll simply just take my green. You can apply this however you want. If you want to use a spoon or if you want to use just the actual openings of the bottle itself. I feel I get a better pour when I use a spoon because I can direct it a little bit better. But it's really up to you. Simply grab a nice big old scoop and we'll just hit the back and kind of make it hit down the hill as well. A good stopping point for our green. So let me pull you guys back a little bit to show you where we're at in the corner here. So I'm just going to start applying my yellow. Like I said, this is going to get heavier as we go back here. So as you can see, this is kind of like a early fall. So as we keep going, it's going to get even more colorful. our colors. Now I haven't done really anything here yet, so I'm actually going to start lightly tapping it with more yellow right away, because I'm going to be end up gluing here in a minute, very shortly. So take the same ground foam, I'll just hit very lightly over here. Okay, so now you can see it's a bit brighter, a little bit better of a transition going into the fall now, because this is pretty much going to match from here on out now until we get about right to the field over here. Then we'll start getting a lot more orange in there, but at least this is just an early fall start. So now before I get to spraying alcohol or gluing, I'm just going to take a paintbrush. I'm going to hit along the ballast, basically anywhere where I don't want that green or yellow or whatever. I'm just going to brush it forward or off to the side so it doesn't glue onto the ballast and be stuck there. I'm going to look from here on out, and I decided, if you look at the picture there, that's all actually pretty mid to late fall. So this will just be our start of the fall, and then from here it's going to be pretty much full fall. I don't know what I was talking about having it start over here. Either way, my ground's going to stay the same because I'm just going to end up doing the lighter colored grass over it anyways. That's just my base. So I'm also going to go ahead and just hit this right here with the ground foam, just because ground foam and static grass doesn't really get screwed up. It's when you start doing trees is when that gets in your way. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit the ground foam right away. I'm running low anyway, so this will probably get me to the bridge, I would say. Maybe. Might be running a little light, but we'll see how far we can get. Now, I wasn't quite sure how steep my hill was going to be here, if it was going to want to stick, so clearly all this material just fell off right there. So if you want to make it stick a little better, usually I just spray it with my water alcohol mix. You can use really anything. You just basically want to wet the surface of where you want it to stick. Just lightly. And now I should be able to take my ground foam once again. I'll just reuse this stuff I have down here. I should actually start to grab along the mountain. guys, we got our ground foam all dried. It's looking pretty good. So that's how we apply our ground foam. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions or concerns, let us know. Next video, we're going to go ahead and hit this with some static grass to give it some more life to it. So if you guys have any questions or concerns, let me know. Otherwise, if you got more tips for me, also let me know. That would be awesome. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video doing static grass.